Right. Newcastle United. Let me speak to you for a second. This this cannot happen. You can't allow this. Let me tell you something. If you want to move as a big club, or if you want to be recognized as a big club, you cannot be doing business like this. So don't do this. If you lot can't see what's happening here, it's an article about Alexandra Isak. So it's basically saying Alexandra Isak decided to keep waiting for Liverpool. It's his only choice. Isak doesn't return to team training this week, focused on Liverpool move despite linked with Al Hilal. Not true. Personal terms never gonna be an issue. His choice has been made weeks ago. Isak wants Liverpool as a priority. Now this cannot happen. This this is not good for football. It's not. And let me say this here. I made a video before and I said I was never going to be a hypocrite. I was never going to have issues with Liverpool signing players. First of all, I don't hate Liverpool. And at the same time as well, I'm a Chelsea fan. Now, we do these businesses every window. Every transfer window, Chelsea are busy, buying players left and right and center. So me having an issue with Liverpool buying players was always going to be somewhat hypocritical. Now, when they went and bought Wirtz, I was a little bit concerned, but never worried, never cared. When they bought Frimpong, never cared. When they bought Kerkes, never cared. When they bought Ekitike, never cared. But this one, nah, they're taking a piece. Now you're taking a piece. Why do you need to sign Hugo Ekitike and Alexandra Isak in the same window? You just won the league. What more else do you want to win? Champions League? You've won that many times. How greedy can you be to want to sign a player like Alexandra Isak? Listen, I never had issue with other clubs buying players because, like I said, my clubs do this all the time. But Alexandra Isak to Liverpool, is it good for football? Of course it is. Of course. As much as I don't want it to happen, it is good for football. I mean, imagine a team with Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike. Now you have Alexandra Isak in your team. And then you've got players like Wirtz in that same team again. And then don't forget, you have players like Frimpong. He is actually good going forward. Listen, on the other hand, I actually don't mind it because apart from Liverpool preventing my team to win the Premier League, which, I don't think we are ready for it. I do think we are getting closer and closer, but to say next season we can challenge for the title, we might challenge, but winning is a different conversation. So if Liverpool is going to go and win, or Man City, I actually don't mind it. If Chelsea is not going to win it, I don't mind it. Why? Because I can't see a world where Arsenal be winning the Premier League. So if Liverpool is going to do it, it might as well be them winning it. But yeah, man, Liverpool, stop being greedy. You don't need Alexandra Isak. And Newcastle, I say this one more time. If you want to move like a big club, if you want to be taken serious, if you want to challenge again for top 4 next season, you can't let players like Alexandra Isak go to Liverpool, to your rivals. You can't do that. What message are you trying to send? What message are you sending to the rest of the league? What message are you sending to your fan base? You cannot do this, Newcastle. You cannot sell Isak. Let Isak stay. Listen, I love Isak. Actually, no, I don't love him. I like him because love is a bit of a strong word for another man. But here's the thing. I do like Isak. To me, he reminds me of the seasoned Nicholas Jackson. Those type of players where they're strikers, but at the end of the day, they're able to drop deep, get the ball, press high, link up play, dribble the ball. He's one of those type of strikers that I like. I don't like the type of strikers like the Erling Haalands, people that just wait in the box to just wait for. I want a striker to be involved like the Hurricanes. As much as I like my striker to score goals, I also want him to be involved in the game because not every game you're going to play, you're going to dominate on position. And sometimes you want your strikers to actually drop deep and actually help you, which is why I'm happy with the likes of Delap and João Pedro. But Isak, I've always liked him. And I say this to Chelsea. if there was a way we were going to get rid of Jackson, it was only because maybe you were going to give me an Isak. But we already know Chelsea doesn't do those kind of businesses. We like to buy kids. And what Liverpool are doing, or what Liverpool have been doing, is to buy a man. Men that can actually take them to the Holy Grail, which is the system we used to use when we had Roman Ibrahimovic. Now with this new ownership, we just like to recruit kids. By the way, Joro Heto is a here we go. So welcome to Chelsea, my boy. But yeah, man, Newcastle, please, you can't let this happen. But on the other side, like I said, if that means Liverpool's gonna win the league, I don't mind Liverpool winning the league. I don't hate Liverpool. I actually have some sort of, I can't say love, but like for Liverpool, because parts of my family do support Liverpool as well, but not that that's the reason. But it's one of those teams where it's not really our rivals. For me, I'd be so concerned more if Isak was gonna go to Arsenal. I know they just bought Gyökeres, which is, he's a trash player. We can talk about that one later. Anyway, but Isak needs to stay at Newcastle. And I think it's going to happen. So I'm saying it's going to happen that Liverpool end up going to buy him, because when a player starts striking, not turning up for training, it means somewhat the deal is being discussed. And at some point, Newcastle have to start selling players, because they have so much money, but because of PSR, FFP, they can't spend the money. They need to get rid of players, accumulate money from sales, and then they can be able to spend their money. So I do think that every player has got a price. And once a player already starts to show that he wants to leave the club, as a club, there's nothing you can do than just letting the player go and actually get the money, because you never know. Maybe in the next year or two, he may not worth that money. Injuries can come about, flop, maybe he can flop. I'm not saying he's going to, because I think even if he does have a bad season, he's the kind of player that is able to bounce back. But yeah, man, it's going to happen. So yeah, congrats to Liverpool. They've been moving mad. But if you actually think about it, Liverpool, for the past couple of seasons, they've had quiet windows. They've not been buying players. And a lot of people, like myself, I was starting to get worried for Liverpool, because I was looking at their players, the likes of Salah, the likes of Van Dijk. They're not getting any younger, and you start to look at, okay, which players are you looking to bringing in? And them bringing players like Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkers, Hugo Ekitike, and now Isak, it means it's something they've been working, behind the scenes. And listen, fair play to Liverpool, man. I think Liverpool is such a big club, and people tend to forget that. And they want to go back to where they were a couple of seasons ago, when Man City was, dominating. So yeah, man, if they're doing the business, man, listen, fair play to them. But yeah, it just sucks as a rival fan, to see players like Isak go to teams like Liverpool. It is what it is, people.